Hello and welcome to episode 460 of the Mark and Me podcast. As always, I'm your host Mark. Now, joining me on today's episode is the guitarist Matt Walst from the awesome band 3 Days Grace. The first time this guy's been on Mark and Me, what a great band. And as we sit here today, Alienation, their brand new album, is out now. So we get to talk deep about this album, about the band's history, and all the usual stuff you'll get from every interview of Mark and Me. And that interview with me and Matt will be coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. As always, guys, every intro of Mark and Me will always have a feature where I get to talk about the previous episode. It was a huge one. I was joined by Nova Twins. It only came out a few days ago, but the numbers were insane. Their new album is absolutely mind-blowing. And thanks again to everyone that took the time to listen, all the people that share the episodes, and all the response was just absolutely unbelievable. So thank you so much. But as I said, today's episode is all about 3 Days Grace. So here we are, me and Matt talking all things music.
And break me like glass. If you're planning to go, just don't leave any hope that you're ever coming back. Tell me when it's over. Kill me quick, kill me fast. Kill me quick, kill me fast. Kill me quick, kill me fast.
So Matt, welcome to the Mark and Me podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute honour. Now, Matt, what I do with all guests that come on, I never like to change the format because I love it and I think it works really well, but I love to get to know you better. And the best way to do that, I think, is to go right back to the very start. And I'm intrigued when you were growing up, maybe as a kid with your pocket money or a family or a friend, they would have gave you an album or you'd have paid for it with your pocket money. Can you remember the first one you bought? Even if it's embarrassing and you don't like telling people, or it's an absolute classic.
Yeah, I remember in our local convenience store, they used to sell CDs and tapes back in the day, and I can't remember if it was probably a tape because I was like 12, and it was Faith No More.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was a big fan of their release. I think it was, What Is It? You Say, What Is It?
Nice.
I forget what the song's called. I think it's called Epic.
Yeah.
The song is called Epic. And I love the song, so then I picked up the record and yeah.
Dude, that's like, I speak to some people, a lot of bands, and obviously building those foundations is tough because you might have had a really embarrassing first CD and you're like, oh, I don't like, but you started so fucking high with that. It's like, where'd you go after Faith No More? I mean, they are truly one of the pioneers and the best bands out there. So I'm like, was it like a come down, anything you listened to for the next few years?
That's funny. Yeah, like I was a big fan. But now, like years later, like listening to them live, and his vocals are just awesome.
Oh
and,
God, Mike Patton is the one.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like I see him, like I think he controls his own effects up on stage too, which is really cool. I've only seen a few people do that. Perry Farrell did that, I think.
Yeah.
He controlled his own effects and stuff, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool to do. Like I've never done that, but.
That's awesome, man. So what I normally talk about is live music because I was very lucky. At the age of, I think I was about 12 or 13 was my first proper gig. And my parents dropped me off. It was in Wolverhampton and I got to see Green Day on their Dookie tour.
Oh, wow.
So I was very lucky. And it stuck with me because I got home that night and I truly wanted to be like Billy Joe Armstrong. I know I was a kid, but I really believed that was the future, and you could be a rock star and you could play a guitar and dye your hair and hopefully be in a band as good as Green Day. But I was so lucky, and I wondered, did you have a great first kind of introduction to live music, or was it surely couldn't have been Faith No More or something like that? It's got to be something.
No, it wasn't. It was mine was a band out of Canada called the Matthew Good Band, And at the time, they had a big song in Canada called Automatic. And yeah, I was like 13. It was a great time. I went with my brother who lived in Toronto by that time. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to
It
watch.
sounds awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it
So
was great.
did you kind of have that realization at that point that you wanted to be a musician, or was it later on?
It was a bit later on, like Brad, like I'd already picked up a guitar by then and started like creating my own stuff and started taking lessons around that point. But yeah, like I love the environment, being in the club and you know, everybody having fun and watching my like favorite band at the time and yeah, it's pretty cool. Later on, I'd get to meet Matthew Good about, oh, it must have been 10 years ago now, but I got to meet him and hang out with him at a award show in Canada called the Junos. And yeah, we just, like, he just opened for us like about 4 weeks ago. So
How cool is
it's,
that? A proper 360 moment.
oh yeah, yeah, there's been a few of those. Like, we're big fans of Finger Eleven. They're a Canadian band who had some success in the States, and like we were always big fans of that band, and they're probably the biggest uh, inspiration for like 3 Days Grace early first record. If you listen to like early Finger Eleven and then listen to the first 3 Days Grace record, you'll hear a lot of
Yeah.
similarities in the sound, and even like Adam's voice kind of changed from Groundswell to 3 Days Grace because they're more influenced by Finger Eleven, and I feel like Groundswell, the band before 3 Days Grace, he was more influenced by Pearl Jam and kind of the grunge movement,
Yeah.
and
The whole Eddie
yeah,
Vedder kind of feel.
yeah.
So did you know, I'm trying to work out with like a timeline at what age you were like, I want to do music, like I want to do this. Like, I suppose there's a moment, isn't there, that in everyone's life where it becomes a reality. Like everybody dreams as a kid to be a famous sportsman or in a band or the next Kurt Cobain. But what was that moment where it clicked and you were like, actually, fucking hell, this could be something?
That's funny you say Kurt Cobain because I was such a big fan. Like, um, it must have been just before he passed away that like I got into Nirvana big time, and yeah, that was the first guy I was like, oh, I want to be like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Like, I just love the songwriting and his like his stage presence. He just like was such a rock star. So yeah, actually, like Kurt Cobain was a big influence. I kind of want, that was the first guy that I was like, oh, I wish I could like be
Yeah.
like Kurt, you know? Yeah, and but like it was until like I co-wrote on the first 3 Days Grace record, and I was about 19, and then I started going to school in Peterborough here, and I went to college, and I was going for customs, and um, one I co-wrote on that record, and then I was like, I think I want to like you know pursue this as a career. And then, yeah, the royalties came in from that record, and I moved up to Toronto, and I was gonna get a job, and like, oh, like at anywhere to just like we lived in a jam space, and
Yeah.
like within the first month, I got my royalty check, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have to get a job,
That's
and that's
awesome.
kind of when it. Yeah, like then it was already in the works of like trying to make it as a musician.
Did you have to kind of win people over? Were you kind of, did you have a supportive like parents or family that are like, I always say it on the podcast, think it's important. Some parents are like, you need a real job, like you need to, they don't trust in that a creative environment could be successful. They always think, it's a make or break industry. It's so hard to get into. It's so hard to get a name for yourself. Did you have belief from day one, or was it a battle to kind of prove everyone wrong, or?
Um, yeah, like, you know, I had to develop my voice, and I think like I remember like after I got out of high school, my parents let me take 1 year off, and in that year they would both go to work. I'd wake up at probably, 11:30 a.m. and, I'd smoke a joint, and then I go downstairs and start writing music and playing music like while they're at work. And, I came up with a lot of stuff and was very creative. And, yeah, like it was around then that I started writing a lot of music and, just had the chance to be able to do that. And it wasn't until like, when Brad, my older brother, the bass player, 3 Days Grace, they got a record deal and, he could quit his job as an accountant. I think that changed my parents' mind about the whole thing. Like, okay, he's actually making a career. He's making money from it. This is actually a thing. Then I Hate Everything About You blows up. And, that kind of gave me the door because I'd be in college at that point, and I didn't like what I was going for. And it kind of made my parents see, okay, maybe this can actually be a thing. But I remember that year off that I took off, school, sitting at home, they were a little nervous about like, oh no, what is Matt going to do with his life?
They're coming home and you've just been smoking weed and there's loads of sweet rappers everywhere and they're like, look, this isn't fucking working for us.
Yeah. So I think they're a little nervous at like when I was like, 17 years old, just sitting at home, smoking weed, playing guitar and singing all day. But it worked out.
I was going to say, at least now you can say, Mom, it was all worth it.
Yeah, no, they're super proud, and they put up with a lot of noise and a lot of shit. So,
but with a band like 3 Days Grace, obviously you've been going many years, and it's incredible to see you keep on growing and still have the desire, and a new album coming out and new tour dates. And I wondered if you were ever able to reflect and ever take a step back and see how far you've come. I know it's difficult when you're in the band and you're playing a lot of shows and you're in the studio and you're busy. But were you ever able to take a step back and see that you had evolved and that crowds at the gigs were getting bigger and there's more people singing back? Or was it just a blur? Was it quite hard because it was just, you're so internal and it's so personal to you? It must be quite hard to reflect at times and be like, fuck, this is really working. Like our posters, our names are going up at the festivals each year and we're getting bigger. And
Yeah. It was quite a blur because just being in it the whole time, and like my band before My Darkest Days, we had a #1 in America, and so it was pretty crazy touring for me in that band. And then I only didn't have a guitar for like 2 songs in that band. So then when I joined 3 Days Grace, I didn't have a guitar at all. So I was just out there front man. So I had to really kind of come out of my shell and grow as a front man and speaking in front of an audience. Like in My Darkest Days, I had other members that would speak up and we'd share the banter or to the crowd. But when I got in 3 Days Grace, there wasn't any of that. So I had to really step out of my shell and become a front man. And the shoes that I was filling were pretty big shoes. Anxiety and pressure can sometimes really work in your favor because you have to evolve, you have to get better, you have to be another level. And I think at that point I had to step it up, and I think I did.
Of course. And I suppose when I've had bands that have had quite a long in the music industry, and it's such a different world. You start off and you're selling CDs, and it isn't so much about touring. And now there's a flip. I think because of streaming, bands are on the road longer, more tours, longer tours. What is it that I asked this to Brandon Boyd from Incubus and Chino from Deftones, because I wondered what it is that still keeps that fire burning within you when you've done it, you've been there. You've worn the t-shirt. It is getting harder to make a living. What is it that makes you still get up every day and say, I want to fucking still do this. I want to go out there, play the songs again, tour, write new music? Because for some, they might just want to throw the towel in the moment it starts feeling like work.
Yeah. It's always been kind of one of the only things that I have been really like excelled at. And you know, it's a feeling up on stage. I'm
Yeah,
sure the other guys said that. You know, it's a drug that you can't buy. It's a feeling that you can't get anywhere else. It's the butterflies. It's the energy. It's the watching the crowd. It's entertaining, and you know, like it's a dream come true when at the end of the day, and we're super fortunate to be able to still be playing big shows and to be able to do it for a living.
that's awesome. And with Alienation, the new album that's really close now, it's scary. It's like less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Do you love the fact that you've got this whole new album's worth of material to then start bringing into the set? Are you kind of excited to start playing these songs? And I know it's always difficult when you've got new songs because everyone wants to buy a ticket and hear all the hits. So when
Yeah.
you're sitting there with that pen and that piece of paper and trying to please yourself as a band, but also please the audience, is it really hard to kind of get the perfect set list? Because I'm sure as a band with new dynamics and exciting new songs, it gives you that new energy and that new, how are we going to get this from the record to play live? But then the crowd haven't got to know the songs yet, so it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you want to do it for yourself, but the crowd is just
Yeah.
there for the greatest hits if possible.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, watching other bands play, and like, you know, they got a new album coming out, so they, you know, they play a lot of the new album and then cut out a lot of the older songs. And to be honest, like from a fan perspective, it's not usually like, you know, the greatest thing.
No, it's not.
Because like
It's tough.
you know, you already know like all these hits and stuff, and if they go into like their B-sides that you don't know, and like you're kind of a casual fan, you know, it's tricky. And with this band, there's so many songs that like have gone number one, and like so many songs that you have to play. But it's fun to play new stuff. Like it's a you know, it's a new vibe, and like you gotta learn it and get the muscle memory down. So it is nice to do something new. But with 3 Days Grace now, with Adam coming back, and you know, me staying, and like I play like rhythm guitar. I've relearned the songs on guitar, and relearned harmonies that I didn't sing before. I was singing lead, so now I'm doing harmonies. Like it's all just new to us. Like, well, to me and Adam for sure. Like new stuff, like doing new things. He's singing some of the tracks that I sang on, and it's back and forth. So to be honest, it's not like so redundant. Like I haven't, you know, done these harmonies before and like played rhythm on certain things. So it's a lot of fun, you know.
Does it feel like a new band now?
Kind of, yeah. Like
Yeah.
a new energy. It's full circle, and it's super cool to see like the fans freaking out, and you know, and to be a part of it. It's just amazing.
So have you tried to adapt the songs that you knew so well with Adam now back in mind, or were you comfortable with just kind of carrying it on and letting him add his kind of dynamic and his kind of vibe to the songs, or have you had to kind of really step back and break everything down and rebuild it?
Um, yeah, like the whole base, like the back, like backing of the band is like all pretty much the same. So like, you know, just we're two different characters up there, but it's working so well, and our voices blend so well together. I think it's just you know, a continuation on like yeah, I don't think it's rebuilding up, but like just a continuation, like yeah, it's the two forces coming together almost, and making one huge team, you know.
You're busy as well, like co-headlining with Breaking Benjamin, which is awesome. Then you've got some UK dates as well. It's awesome. It's not that long. At the end of the year, we get to see you. And I wondered, you know, how is touring as time goes on? Do you try and get a better, like, touring life balance so you're healthier and you take care of yourself more? Because, you can't just completely go crazy every night and know that you've got to do it all again. I feel it as I get older. Even at festivals, I'm like, do I want to stay for that third day now? I'm like, I'm getting old. I prefer a comfy bed than camping. And I wondered, with the tour and stuff, do you try and kind of get a healthier balance now instead of just a huge party every night?
Yeah, you gotta, like you learn pretty quick, and you gotta. I guess you gotta be in it to learn. The first couple of years of touring, I went pretty hard, and like,
Burnt out.
I, yeah, I was sponsored by Monster Energy Drink
Oh
and
God,
Jägermeister at the same time.
Jesus,
So
man.
like we'd have cases of Jägermeister and cases of Monster Energy Drink at the front of our
Did you
our
never ever sleep?
yeah, it was just like, and like
Fucking
Jägermeister,
hell.
you just black out like like after so many shots of Jägermeister, you just go black, and
Yeah.
nothing ever good comes of that. It's like the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Christ, man, that
So
stuff's
yeah,
so crazy.
yeah, I learned pretty quick over those couple of years, like, you can't maintain that kind of lifestyle and
No way.
be successful or be anything, you know what I mean? Drinking straight Jägermeister and
Fuck me,
Monster
dude.
Energy drink.
Monster fucks me up now. I get like heart. I swear I can feel my heart, and I'm like getting shakes. I'm like, I can't do this stupid caffeine amounts of energy
Oh
drinks
yeah,
anymore. It's like this is
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah, it is.
But everyone's drinking them. Everywhere you go, everyone's got the biggest can in the world. It's like, what are you doing? Like ultra
Yeah,
extra caffeine. Like no wonder these kids are just walking around like just like fucking wired all the time.
I have anxiety and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. You're drinking 500 mils of pure anxiety. But is there still stuff that you want to do? And it doesn't even have to be with the band. Is there still stuff you want to achieve? Do you ever want to direct music videos or write for another band or produce other gigs or get involved with marketing for bands or managing? Or are you just happy where you are? Are you just happy where the journey takes you?
Yeah, I'm happy where I am and wherever it takes me. It's always fun to like, find if there are still A&R guys around. It would be fun to find artists and stuff, but nowadays it's changed a lot, like to like the major labels and all that stuff from 20 years ago to now has changed quite a bit, but it's still fun to like find artists, and me and my buddy Chad Campbell, he used to like tour manage my old band in the early days and find us shows, but he'll bring like bands to my attention and be like, oh yeah, this guy's good, like check this guy out, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's really good. And then like a year later, the guy's scooped up from a major label, and it's like, oh, we knew it. Wow, I wish we did something about that. But yeah, like I'm gonna always remain in music somehow, like writing for other bands or yeah, finding artists like that.
That's awesome, man. So is it just literally now get ready for this release? I mean, you've probably been sitting on the album a while. The problem is people don't realize, but when mastering's done and then you've got to send it to the vinyl plant, people don't realize. They think you finished an album on a Friday and you release it the next week, but it's all about getting it right, isn't it? And making sure that people can grab a hold of a copy and get all the vinyls and the variants and all the stuff that goes with it. But is it then about just going out there and playing these songs live, getting people familiar with it, and then probably take some time out, just breathe?
Yeah, I think so. Like we're gonna hit the road hard. Obviously, the rest of this year, and then next year, I think we're gonna go do the big festivals around Europe,
Awesome.
and get back out there and do it again. Like the fan base just keeps growing over there, and even across Canada, like it was pretty awesome. Like we just did a cross Canada tour, and yeah, a lot of sold out dates. We sold out our hometown, hometown of Toronto, 16,000 people. So it just keeps growing, and we're gonna keep growing and get out there and play for people.
That's awesome. And do you still get nervous about a new release? Do you sit there and think, I hope the fans love it? I hope everyone, some people shy away from reading social media, and that's a good thing because there's trolls and people that just say shit for just the sake of saying shit. And I think it's toxic, but I try not read too many reviews, because if you get one person that just says this is dog shit, you're like, this hits me harder than the 100 people saying it's absolute gold. But
Isn't that crazy?
I hate it, man. I hate it.
I look at them, man. Like it's over the years, like you grow thicker skin, and you see where people are coming from, and like some days, like you get on the internet and you're pissed off, and like this kid just might be like pissed off in the moment and needs something to take it out on. I get it, but yeah, like you can't respond to that stuff. I see a lot of artists, like they'll have like 200 great comments, and then there's two people that are like just being dicks.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then they'll respond to those two. And it's like, well, what about the other 198 that you didn't respond to, that were saying good things? Why are you just focusing on these bad comments?
It's easily done, isn't it, dude?
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, one negative comment can hit me so hard. I'm like, but there's 1,000 people there saying they love it. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. I can never shake it off. I wish I could get thicker skin.
You know what? Like, I've been going through it for years, and I in the early days when I was with 3 Days Grace, I turned it into inspiration, and like, okay, I'm gonna prove these people wrong.
Nice.
Like, they fueled it. They fueled my effort almost. Like, okay, like I'm gonna show these people like what I can do, and prove them wrong.
That's awesome.
So
man.
sometimes it can work in your favor.
No, I love it. What I do today, I ask this to everyone that comes on. It's my final question for you today, Matt, is what I do to make the podcast as original as I can. You get to choose a song that means a lot to you, and then when it's all edited and goes out there, it's the closing track to the podcast. So every single guest gets a different track. Now, it's not by your own music, your own band, so it can't be 3 Days Grace. It's a song that means a lot to you. And I know when you're in a band, there's probably 1,000 songs that mean a lot to you. But what's the song that came to your heart and soul when I asked you today, above all others, that you would love to be played at the end of today's podcast?
Growing up, I got the singles tape of Duran Duran.
Oh, nice.
Come Undone. The song Come Undone in the
tune.
90s. Yeah, and I played that song over, and luckily the tape, you'd have 4 different versions of the singles tape, so there'd be like
radio edit and yeah.
So that song I played over and over and over and over again, and you know what? When I was young, I found with music, I'd like, okay, I love this, I'm gonna play it again, and slowly. The feeling would slowly go away, but with this song, it never gone away. Every time I started that song and the intro came in, I never got sick of it, and I ended up covering it in my old band. And yeah, Duran Duran, Come Undone.
I've been listening to Duran Duran quite a lot. I've been working in a college, and I get to work with music students, and I never realized just how great their bassist is. Like, fucking phenomenal. Like, if you solo those tracks and listen to the bass, my God, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a band,
Great
man.
band. Yeah.
What a choice. Dude, it's over. I really enjoyed speaking with you today. I'm looking forward to the UK dates. I'll come and see you. I think you're playing Birmingham, so that'll be awesome.
Yeah, let us know.
Good luck with the album release. When this comes out, I'll tag you guys in and tell everyone to go and listen, but I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No amount of love could ever be ever enough, ever enough. I'm sorry, but there's no saving me. I'm sorry, all apologies. All that I would try to get to me was never enough, never enough. I'm sorry, but
So there's my interview with me and Matt from the awesome band 3 Days Grace. What a great interview, what a great guest, and I'm so thrilled and hope you all enjoyed it as much as me. And as I said at the start of today's interview, 3 Days Grace brand new album, which is called Alienation, is out now. Go and listen, I know you'll love it. Get tickets to any of their shows. A great band, a great album, and truly worthy of any of your spare time. Thanks again to you guys for taking the time to listen to the podcast. If you're a fan of 3 Days Grace and have just jumped on board because you've seen this interview, please go back and check out all my other episodes of Mark and Me, because there's all different artists, bands, film directors, actors, so many different people, and hopefully something for everyone. And if you've really enjoyed the episode, please take the time to share it, because word of mouth is the way that Mark and Me continues to evolve, and the best way to do that is tell your friends, put it on social media, put it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you do to tell people about stuff, and honestly, it really does go a long way. I do have a Patreon account as well, and next week I'm launching the Lost Tapes, which are exclusive episodes that are only available for people on Patreon, which no one else is going to get to hear. But also you do get a welcome pack, which includes stickers, a really nice limited edition badge, and I'm going to be doing monthly newsletters each and every month too. So there's loads of stuff, and all the money that you do via Patreon goes right back into the Mark and Me pot. It pays for the podcast to be hosted on all these different directories and gives me a chance to travel the country and basically record more interviews for you guys at home. I make no money myself. It's all about getting the podcast out there for more people to listen to. Before I go, let's give a shout out to the two sponsors of Mark and Me. Firstly, Richer Sounds. If you want anything to do with TVs, projectors, headphones, audio, video, go on richersounds.com or visit any of the high street stores. They really are the best people and they won't be beaten on price. And next up, Vice Press. If you want a collectible poster that is licensed, amazing art prints, go on vicepress.com, add anything to your basket and use the code MarkandMe10 for 10% off your purchase. You won't regret it, and they've got some awesome items and loads of new stuff coming each and every week. Right guys, as always, I'm going to go now, but I'm going to be editing loads more episodes, recording more, so it won't be long until you get a new episode. So until then, look after yourself, listen to 3 Days Grace, and I'll speak to you all very soon.
Immaculate tree, made breath and skin. I've been waiting for your sign with a home tattoo. Happy birthday to you was created for you. Can you forgive the thunder and the seas? Can I believe you're taking my heart to pieces? It'll take a little time, might take a little cry to come undone. Now we'll try to stay to come